In this video, we're going to demonstrate how you can import unit record transactional data into an ICRFS-Plus relational database. I've created a new database which I've called import unit record. You can see it's empty. It's devoid of any excuse me, it's devoid of any triangle groups. I also have a subfolder here. In this particular subfolder resides the database in which I'm going to import into, and also an Excel spreadsheet that has some Visual Basic code. It has comp scripts in it, and I also have a database, an MS Access database. Let's open the MS Access database. Now, in this MS Access database, the database that you can import from can be MS Access, or it could also be SQL Server, or it could also be Oracle. I'm going to show you how you do it using MS Access as the origin for the transactional unit record data. We've got some exposure data. Earned premium is a measure of exposure. There's another measure of exposure. We've got an ID for the claim, a year, product, line of business, the company, the state. So that's a list of records. We also have the loss data. Here again, we've got an ID, we've got the product, the line of business, the company, the state, the loss year, which I guess is like an accident year. The loss quarter is the development period, record year, record quarter, I think that would be the calendar period. We've got different types of losses, paid losses, salvage, subrogation, incurred losses, closed without open, reported, and so on. Let's close that. So that's the database. You can close it. Now, in the file that has the com scripts, we have the ICRFS database in which we are going to be importing the triangles. We're going to create triangles from the unit record data and then import them into ICRFS-Plus. The data source is the MS Access database. That's the source. Triangle group names. These are going to be the triangle group names. Triangles. Well, these are all the fields in the database. The source triangles that we're going to import are paid loss or salvage. We can always remove one of these if we don't import subrogation, or if we include something else from here, we can paste it into that list. The triangle name, we can make the triangle name anything we like. The type, paid losses, incurred losses, claims closed without payment number. The data type, is it incremental? Scale, is it thousands of dollars? Do you want to multiply it by some number? Do you want to transform it, I guess? Do you want to create the corresponding cumulative? Okay, let's go. And then you've got the exposure, same thing, the earned premium, and another exposure measure. Let's go to import. All we do is now click on import data, import database. And it's actually telling you that it's going for query 1. And now it's reading in the triangle data. Shouldn't take really much more than a minute. Creating triangle groups now. That's going for query 2. Now, of course, your unit record database, transactional database, could be absolutely huge. You could submit any queries you like. It has finished. So if you go back, that's the database. Let's try and refresh it. All the triangle groups are in here. Each triangle group has a certain number of objects. Let's find out. We first of all have triangles. These are the triangles, their names and type. I stands for incremental, C stands for cumulative. So we actually, when we made the query, we created incremental triangles, but then we also included in the com script the transformation of some of the incrementals into cumulatives, the units. What about exposures? There are some exposure vectors, data sets. A data set is a triangle and a possible exposure vector. You could have included in the COM script that for certain triangles you want the corresponding, say, exposure to be that vector. So that could have been set. In fact, in the COM script, I mean, there's a lot of other things you can do in the COM script. You can include adding, subtraction of triangles, whatever operations you can conduct within the triangle group manually, so to speak, could have been included in the COM script. Even running the modeling wizard and all incremental triangles, that could also have been included in the COM script. Models. I mean, you've got reported count. Let's look at the reported count triangle. You could, again, in the COM script, copy all the numbers in development year 0. We're going to do that manually. So, Control C, and create a new exposure vector, which we'll call, say, number of claims reported in development year 0. And then we can paste those numbers in. Well, that could have been done in the COM script for every triangle group. Okay. What else have we got? We've got some other triangle groups, all years, company 2, foreign 5, product 2, whatever the queries were. We can submit any queries. If we wanted to create layer data from the unit record, transactional data, we could do that. That would be potentially very useful when trying to design an outgoing reinsurance program, and so on. Okay, if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact support@insureware.com. Thank you.